Well, I think of St. Albans as a part of what I've come to regard as a cultural hub at the south end of Main Street in Kenora. And I think culture is really the heartbeat of a community. It has been a physical presence for over 100 years on this site, and certainly been a cultural and spiritual presence in the community for over 140 years, or close to 140 years.
Carillon bells were created in China 4,000 years ago and didn't enter into the church scene until around 800.
The carillons, which are installed in the bell tower of St. Albans here, were dedicated in May of 1948 to recognize those who served in the First World War and the Second World War.
Well, it was after the war, in the late 40s, and it came, and we were all very excited because this little instrument not only could play for us, but we could turn a switch and it could be heard outside.
It was Christmas Eve of 1956. I'm dating myself. But the organist and I were practicing for the 11 p.m. service at St. Albans. But what we didn't realize was the switch going outside to the community was on. So the Reverend was getting calls. We liked the bells. Everybody was appreciating it.
We would hear the music coming, even if we were down on the harbor front. I remember one time a friend asked me, they're like, "Where did that come from?" I'm like, "That's my church."
It does draw people to the church.
The bells rang out for the rest of the 1940s, 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and in the early 90s, they became silent. Silent because of the aging technology.
We just need to update the technology.
Well, the church bells hadn't rung during the war, and then when peace was called, all the church bells started ringing and people came out into the streets. And I know that's a bit of a romantic idea, but how cool would that be if once the pandemic is over and once the lockdowns are done, that people can go outside and hear it carrying over the neighborhood?
I would like to see the Carillon bells installed and ready to play before next Christmas for sure. And in celebration of the end of the pandemic, to recognize those frontline people that have served and put their lives in danger so that to protect us.
I think that actually sounds really nice. It might be like the bell for the finish line of this thing.
There's been a lot of sadness and a lot of fear, and to hear the bells and, sort of it's all over, folks, I think that would be great.
Now we're at the stage where perhaps we should do the fundraising part of it.
It's a wonderful way to support their community.
I would like them to give what they have, but just not all of it. Just like a piece of it.
When we officially can say, it's over, let the bells peal. It's going to be glorious.
Music brings people together, and that's what we're trying to do with this Carillon project, is to bring people together so that we're celebrating something as a community.
I think the sound of the bells is an uplifting sound.
I think it would be nice to hear it again.
Anyone who's involved in music or has even listened to music knows how emotional it can be and knows about nostalgia and tradition. And I think that it'll just open the hearts of everyone around that can hear it.
When I think of the bells ringing out again, out over Memorial Park and out over the community of Kenora, I think it's a beautiful reminder to us of the values that we should embrace: freedom, justice, sacrifice, and honor. And I think what a beautiful accompaniment to the heartbeat of Kenora.